Hi there, happy Monday. I'm going to talk today about pain and inflammation from the functional medicine and Chinese medicine standpoint. I'm Dr. Shiroko Sokitch, owner of Heart to Heart Medical Center and the author of the book, Healing When It Seems Impossible: 7 Keys to Defy the Odds. I've been in practice in Santa Rosa, California for 32 years, and I've been blending Chinese and Western medicine for all that time. And I just love when I can bring the two together and show you how our systems can combine with each other in order to provide you with the most possible relief of your symptoms. So, in Chinese medicine, pain is caused by energy not moving. So, imagine your body is designed for energy to be constantly in motion. So there's energy flowing throughout your body all the time. And when you have pain, it's because there's a place where energy is stuck. In Chinese medicine, the liver regulates the smooth flow of energy in your whole body. So quite often when you have pain, there is some sort of stagnation or energy that's not moving. Now, I don't know if you've ever had an injury. So like when you have an injury, sometimes you'll not have a lot of pain because you did something right away. Like let's say you had an injury, sprained your ankle or something, and you either had acupuncture right away, or you did some sort of manipulation right away, or you took arnica a bunch of times and that relieved the injury and the pain didn't last. Sometimes, however, you'll have an injury and it won't get better right away. And I have theories about why that happens, but basically, when pain becomes a thing that doesn't get better no matter what you do, or maybe doesn't get better over the course of time that you would expect it to, it is because energy's stuck in that spot. So, of course, Chinese medicine is all about making energy move. So, first of all, I would always talk about using acupuncture to help relieve the stuck energy and get things moving. But there are other factors as well. So, I'm going to add in the picture from functional medicine and describe how that all addresses. So, let's say the pain becomes chronic and you're not getting better no matter what you do. That is possibly because the energy has become so stuck, and then that becomes, it can become a blood deficiency. So in Chinese medicine, blood is not the same as it is in Western medicine, of course. It includes all of the nourishing, moistening, grounding functions that anchor in the spirit, in the heart, and they nourish the liver. So there's all this flow of energy again that happens, and when you've been in pain for a long time, then it becomes blood deficiency. That can also affect your mood. Now, from the Chinese medicine perspective, it becomes because the spirit resides in the heart, and it can affect your mood because of that. But it can also be because, from the perspective of Western medicine or functional medicine, that tryptophan is the precursor for serotonin. But when you have inflammation for a long time, that is stolen. The tryptophan is turned into something else, which then is upregulated by the inflammatory pathways. And then you can start to have inflammation in your nervous system as well. There are chemicals that we can measure in your blood or urine that will show whether your cytokines, which is inflammatory markers, or certain pathways where tryptophan is stolen and turned into something called kynurenine or quinolinic acid. And that can cause serotonin to drop, which will cause you to feel depressed and depleted, and then your nervous system becomes mildly inflamed. This is the same as in Chinese medicine when your blood becomes deficient. So again, I just love when those things come together. Also, when you have, excuse me, chronically inflamed nervous system, that begins to affect your vagus nerve. The vagus nerve comes out of your brain, kind of underneath the ear, and travels down your neck into your heart, lungs, and it's the longest nerve in the whole body. And it goes all the way through all of your organs, through your stomach, your spleen, or not your spleen, but your digestive system, all the way down, and affects all of the rest and recover sort of pathways. So when you've had chronic inflammation, then your nervous system becomes somewhat less functional. You'll have fog, poor memory, difficulty concentrating. You might have symptoms of chronic inflammation, chronic pain. So in Chinese medicine, blending Chinese and Western medicine, the dopamine synthesis becomes impaired and your body can't perceive pleasure or joy. And then that feels like you want something and you can't get it. That's how the dopamine signaling begins to get frustrated. And so sometimes when you have energy stagnation, like what we describe in Chinese medicine, that's liver qi stagnation. When you translate that into Western medicine, it could be that your dopamine has become stuck, and then you get temporary relief from possibly exercising or pleasure-seeking activities, meaningful work, things like that, that will give you a temporary relief. But over time, what happens is you begin to be more fatigued and not have that be recovered. So from a treatment perspective, of course, I always recommend acupuncture because acupuncture can help move that stuck energy. And then what you want to do is begin to support the nervous system and help support it so that the tryptophan no longer gets turned into inflammatory markers. And you can use herbs or supplements in order to do that. And then you can address the heart and the spiritual elements by giving support to the nervous system. So you can support cortisol and the vagal tone. And what I love, again, is that this is how I blend Chinese and functional medicine and Western medicine all together, and how all these systems can integrate with each other. I hope that helps you understand some of this, and I hope it helps you understand that there is relief possible from chronic pain and inflammation by doing certain things that will support your body's pathways of functioning. Thank you so much. I hope you found this helpful, and please let me know if you have any questions. Have a wonderful day.